Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. It's Wendy here from Little Nest Crafts. Thank you for joining me this afternoon. Hope that you've had a good weekend and start to the week. We're now on Tuesday and I'm doing another video in the series, A Gardener's Journal, hosted by Suzanne over at Nonstop Papercrafts, who's produced a lovely kit called A Gardener's Journal Kit. And just to let you know that she has another kit and it's called the Forager, and I've taken this page of ephemera from week 3 of the Forager collaboration, which you'll find on her Facebook group page. If you scroll back down through the list, you'll find this as a freebie, and I thought I wanted a few little extra pockets, and I thought these would go nice because they've got berries, mushrooms and butterfly and greenery on, and the tags would look nice as well. And you've got birds, more butterflies and a mushroom there. And so what I've done is I've fussy cut another page from the Forager's kit as well, which has got these on, which is nature. What else was there? There's these 3 labels. You've got herbs, mushrooms and nature, and I thought that would tie in with a gardening theme as well. And then I've also gone through my stash and found these in my stash. So we've got an advert there with eggs, and I found a mushroom postcard there, which I thought I'd use, seeing as I was using a mushroom pocket there. And I've found that in my stash as well, which is some grasses and couch grass. And I don't know if you grow couch grass in your garden, but I get couch grass growing in my garden, so I thought I would add that. And I also found this in my stash as well, so I've put a little whale tail tab on it, which was also in the Forager's kit. There are, I think there's 3 or 4 in there. There's another one, so I fussy cut some of those out, and I thought I would add those into the journal as well. So yeah, it's nice the way that these kits tie in together. So I thought what we would do before we do anything else is add these little pockets here to the journal. Find a little spot. Let's have a look. So I might put that one down there. Yeah, let's have a look. I'm going to use my 3-in-1 glue. Because it's fast drying. Pop those over there. Let's have a look what we've got here. Pocket there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to leave these, because you could put a photograph on there and cut around this tag to slot the photograph in, and then put something on the other side. You could hide where you've cut this with a deeper pocket, which we might do after. So let's have a look what we've got. Could either go on that page or that page. Let's have a look and see what we're going to put in it. I think that would go better on that side, actually. So yeah, I hope that you're all well. I'm a bit croaky. I don't know whether I'm coming down with something. I do tend to catch coughs and colds quite easily these days. So there we go. I'll pop that in there. Wait a minute, let me just make sure it's straight. And I also found this in my stash as a little mushroom envelope, so I could put some fussy cuts in there. Let me just see if that fits. No, a bit too big. We could pop that on that page there to tuck it round like that and put a little paper clip on it. So we'll stick this one in here. I might just need to take it ever such a tiny bit off just to make it a bit easier to pop in. Otherwise you tend to find that when you're trying to force them in, it creases all your card and they don't look quite as nice. Oops-a-day. So if I take a little smidgen off there, just to balance it out. A little smidgen off there. There we go. And I think I've stuck that down, so let me just get my tweezers. Yeah, that's the problem. The glue had squished out a little bit. There we are. There we are. So that can go in there. And we'll find a nice little paper clip. And I've got these in my stash as well. The Cwtches. What's this one? Encouragement. I might be able to find a use for them too somewhere. It's amazing how if you go through your stash that you'll keep finding little bits and bobs. So do I want to use gold? Oh, they might look nice. These are rose gold coloured paper clips and they've got little hearts on, so that might be nice to pop on there. Maybe turn it around the other way, so we've got the heart on this side. There we go. Yeah, there we are. So we'll pop that there. And we'll put a pocket in the other side. We've got those two to choose from. Go a bit further towards the back. We've got one there. I think I am a page short in this journal, so I'll have to print another one off. I think it's one page less than the other half. So let's have a look. use the one with the butterfly because I think, although, yeah, I think it ties in better with it being a darker print. Oh, excuse me. Just turn my overhead light off because it casts a lot of shadows otherwise. So that's that little pocket, and what I might do is pop a little label onto there, and I might put that little butterfly over the other one just to make it 3D. Give it a bit more dimension, like so. You can still see the other one underneath. There we go. There we are. And we'll pop that side. Or shall I use a green? That little green label there. Or you could use both maybe. Let's have a look, see if there's anything else. I pop that there. Yeah, we'll do that. Here we go. Like so. And then let me just free up the pocket behind, and we'll put that in. There we go. So that's that. Now then, where's my... Now, because that's got a little rip on it, the bottom of this page, I might pop that at the bottom just to reinforce it and stop it from getting any worse. That's the thing when you coffee dye, it does make your pages a bit more brittle. There we are. Nature. And then what we got here. Those might be nice to put on the side of the page, underneath. Yeah, we'll do that. Here's my husband with my two dogs, so you'll be able to hear the pitter patter of their feet. So we've got these little extra tags that came with the forager kit, and I'm just going to find a little spot to put those in. We've got these down here at the front, so I could possibly put one in there in that tuck spot. Like that there. And then what I'll do, I'll put some ribbon or something through those. So let's have a look what we've got this side. Oops, they're falling out. There's the other pocket there. And is there another, something else that we could put in? No, I'll have to make a couple of tags. Now this one, we could perhaps put something on the front of there. Let's have a look. What have we got in the way of insects and flowers? We've got mushrooms. Keep that dragonfly. There's another butterfly there. We've got a rose. I've got 3 roses that we could put, and if we turn it round the other way, which is the way it's meant to go, I could perhaps do something like this. Yeah, that looks quite nice. So let's pop the glue on. And then we've got some leaves as well. So to make those 3D, there we are. and then we'll put a butterfly on, or we could put a little bee. Yeah, I think the butterfly was nice, but it was a bit big. There we go. And have we got yeah, we'll put that nature, shall we? Just tuck there. So there's a nice little card. And we could pop that. We'll see if that what that looks like in the pocket. It might be a bit big. Yeah, I think we'll find another spot for that. It might make a nice tuck spot on a page. Let's have a look. Have to be careful because there's a string of glue went across the middle there. Right, let's pop that on there, and then we could put our 2 little postcards from my stash into there. Might be nice for a photo or something in there. So that one's got a label in. Let's have a look if we can put a label in this one. Herb. Yeah, I think that'll look nice there. And before we do that, let's have a look at the fussy cats. Let's see if we can getting a bit low on the greens. Oh, there's a green one there. nice to have a creamy one. I think I've got one of those out there. Let's have a look. Yeah, I'll try those to be going on with. Okay, let's have a look. I'm going to pop that long one on, I think, first. My fingers look terrible because I've been inking, and it makes your fingers look as though they're full of nicotine stains. So I'll pop this one on. There we are. So I'll let that dry a bit now before I close the pages. So I think the colours blend quite nicely with the colours on this page. Gorgeous. And then what else have we got? How about a lovely butterfly or a dragonfly? I want to save that one because I've done both sides. Could have a nice dark butterfly on the page. Yeah, we'll do that. Why not? There we go. So we've got mushrooms on that label and forage. So where could we put those? Maybe they wouldn't be nice maybe not. Decisions. Sometimes they come easy and then other times they don't. I know what we do need. We need a label or something on this pocket. And we've got some of this yeah, we'll do that. Scrunch it up a little bit. And we'll pop this one over the top, like so. Yeah, put herbs on there. There we go. Just to make it look a bit less empty. And we needed something on this one as well. So what we got to go on there? Grow. Yep. And is there another fussy cut? Yeah, how about that? Let's pop that down the bottom. And then that can be overlapping. Is there a smaller one? Or how about the white one? Or a yellow one. Grow. And we've got some leaves here from the forest one. So we could do something like that. Oh, where's some green leaves? I think there was an oak leaf there. Let's have a look. Yeah, I think we like that because I can tuck it in a little bit. There we go. And then we can pop that over the top. Lovely. We've got some trees. Right then, everybody, the next thing I want to do is I just want to dampen down the text on these pages. So so that they're not so noticeable. There we go. So all I'm going to do is use a bit of Mod Podge. Oh no, that's not really dampening them down like I thought it would. Let me just have a look. Was it Mod Podge or did I? Yeah, it's not Mod Podge, but I need its acrylic gesso. My brain sometimes, if my head wasn't screwed on, I'd be dangerous. So it's got a bit thick. So it's a bit thick there. So I think what I'm going to do in that corner, I'm going to get a stencil and we shall hide it. So let's have a look what we've got in the way of stencils here. See if there's anything garden related. Now that might be good because it's a brick wall. So what I'm going to do is pop that on there. But first I'll take the page out, I think. And I think what I'm going to do is do the whole thing. So I won't put it so thick down there. Let me out. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it in 2 halves. And what I need now is my bone folder, because I haven't got one of them special palette knives. I keep meaning to get one, to invest in one. Oops, a daisy. And it doesn't matter if it's a bit grungy, because when you look at garden walls, they're, unless they're brand new, they're not perfect, are they? So there's one. It's a daisy. And then here's the other one. So it's amazing what you can do with a palette knife. Not a palette knife, a bone folder. I think it's one of the best tools. And that way we have? Oops. I'm smudging the other one with my finger. There we are. So I'll take that off. And what I'm going to do is, I may as well do the other one as well. So if I put that to one side to dry, and we'll get the other one out of the book and do the same thing. Oops, that way. There we are, that's that one. And we'll do the same this side. I'll try not to smudge the other page now. There we go. Now the thing with this is you have to wash it off straight away. Don't leave it on your stencils because it's really hard to get off. So I'm going to put you on pause and I'll be back when these two pages are dry and I've washed my stencil. Hi again everybody. These pages have dried with the where I did the stenciling on the back with the gesso, and I think it's turned out okay. So what I've been doing is I've just been gathering together a few fussy cuts and a few of the insects and things because it'll just be a little feature page. I'm not going to put any pockets on, but what I want to do is just make the wall, instead of it being white, you know, just make it coloured, but not too dark. Found this in my stash, a little thermometer, which often you find on a garden wall. So what I thought I'd do is just tone it down a little bit. There we go. And then pop these embellishments on. So we'll do that quickly. Pop that up there. And then have these on. over a little bit more so it's not in with the crease. There we are. And I've incorporated some blues because of the dragonflies, so it just ties it in together. There we go. And then I thought I'd incorporate a pink one as well, although there isn't much pink in this kit. There we go. And then we'll pop this on the wall. Just helps fill that void. There we go. And then we've got our lovely ladybugs. Oops, my tweezers are stuck together. So let's have a look. Yep, let's do that. Just take that up there a bit. There we go. Right, so that's that one done. Obviously we've got the other side to do, but I'm going to wait for that to dry. So we'll just see what it looks like in the journal. Find a page. That's the centre page. I mean, what you could do if you wanted is have that as a centre page spread, which might be nice, and have flowers coming down this way. Let's have a look. Yeah, we could do that, couldn't we? And have something the other way. Have a butterfly over there. And let's have a look. Could do that. That was the wrong way, really. Let's have a look. I've got a blue one. So what we'll do first, before we stick those down, is we'll do the same again, just there we go. I'm just wondering if I want that as a centre spread or not. Let's just try it on the other side. I quite like it as a single page, actually. And then we can do this side. So we'll do that now. Yeah, we'll do that. There we are. And then we can maybe put that on there. Have a nice butterfly on there. Yeah, we'll do that. So I hope you're enjoying following along, and if you are, I'd love to see what you've been making with if you are putting a journal together. So please go over to Non-Stop Papercrafts, to Suzanne's Facebook page, and post your pictures or your videos. We like to share in the crafting community because it helps share the inspiration and gives people ideas and gets their creative juices going. I know when I'm struggling, you know, to find the inspiration to do things, you know, I'll spend a little time watching other creators, and there's loads of us out there. So, you know, there's a multitude of wonderful crafting videos that you can watch to get your creative juices flowing. And you know, that if you do get inspiration, it's always nice to share where you found it. As well, introduce a bit of red onto this one. There we go. My glue's going a bit stringy. Right, so we'll put a butterfly at the top there. Try and keep it away from the corner a little bit. And then let's find a word or something. I did have some gardening related sentiments, but can I find them? Let me just see if there's anything in here. There's one of these dictionary. There's flourish. Which I could tuck under there, maybe. Yeah. Oops. We do that. There we go, everybody. So all I need to do now is just ink down that side there, and maybe ink the edges of this book page. And the same on this side, just slightly. Okay, so that's that one done. Now I'm not going to prolong your agony watching me do the other one as well, so I'll do that off camera, and you'll see it when I do my flip through. Okay, so I hope that you've enjoyed that, and I'm going to call it a wrap for this video because it'll be getting too long otherwise, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. So until then, take care everybody, and I'll say bye for now. Bye.